This is Shawnee Jackson, and today I've decided to record a video. In this video, I'm going to talk about my vision and where it came from. Okay, most of you all who know me as being Shawnee Jackson, the writer, the graphic designer, the publisher, the published author, whatever you know me as. Okay. But what many of you don't know is how I got to be those things. Well, we'll start with a graphic designer. When I was a little kid, I used to love to color in school. I didn't like to read books. I didn't like to study. I was always the creative type. I just wanted to color. I just wanted to play with baby dolls. Okay? Well, I got in trouble a couple of times growing up when I was actually coloring, when I should have been paying attention in class and things like that. And when I was in elementary school, teachers used to say to my mother that I was slow. They used to say, "Oh, she's slow. She's not getting the work done on time. You need to put her in special education," and all kinds of stuff like that. People used to say all these terrible things about me. And of course, a psychologist basically did some kind of psychological testing on me, and they were trying to say that I was slower than a lot of the other kids. And it seemed like it used to take me a very, very long time for me to actually get all of my work done. I used to get yelled at because I wasn't getting it right. You know, again, I say they tried to put me in special education, but of course, my mother was like, "No, y'all not putting my child in special education." So then I went from there to 6th grade. Now, 6th grade was one of the most horrible times of my life. 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade were the most horrible times of my life. That was the period of my life where writing chose me. Okay? At that time, I used to get bullied. I used to get picked on. I used to get talked about. I was teased in the hallways. I was tripped in the hallways. I was isolated from the popular kids. One time, the kids threw spitballs at me. They used to throw paper at me. They used to call me fat. They used to call me ugly. They used to talk about my clothes. One girl even went as far as to cut off my whole ponytail. I mean, this is how that happened. I was sitting on a bus on my way to school, and all of a sudden, I felt somebody in my head, and I woke up. When I woke up, my whole ponytail was gone. I got up cussing and fussing because I was so angry and all that kind of stuff, you know, and I went home and told my mother what happened. She ended up going to the bus stop and telling the bus driver what happened. And I can remember every day that I was bullied and stuff. And I used to cry and pray and cry and all that kind of stuff. But in 6th grade was when I actually used writing as my therapeutic process. Writing was very therapeutic for me because everything that I wanted to say to everybody, I would write it down in my journal. My journal is what became my best friend because at that time, yeah, I had a few friends here and there, but I didn't have anybody that I could trust because of how much I was picked on. My grades were terrible. I used to skip school. You know, I was rebellious. I ran away from home before. I mean, I was just a mess in 6th grade. 7th grade, it wasn't no better. 8th grade, it wasn't no better either. I barely made it out of 8th grade, to be honest. I hated school with a passion. But then we get to high school. High school was much better for me. That's when everything began to change. I started to excel in my studies more. I started to get 3.0s, I mean. I started to hang around a lot of smart people, and a lot of what they did kind of rubbed off on me. High school was that time where I started becoming interested in guys. So I would write poetry about the boys I like. I would write short stories. I would write plays. I would write mini novels, like short little novels and things like that. I would write all kinds of different stuff. And one time, excuse me, you guys. One time, I wrote my first full novel called Royalty Love. And my mom had just bought me, no, my dad, I think it was my dad who bought this. My dad had just bought me a new computer from somewhere. And the computer died on me. And I lost 100 pages of my novel. I can remember crying like a baby. Another time, I lost my poetry book, and this one friend of mine actually found it and gave it back to me, and I was very, very thankful to her for doing that. So basically, as you can see, my writing started from when I was in 6th grade, continued when I was in high school. So eventually, I graduated from Osborne High School. I went to Baker College in Flint, got my associate's degree in business. While I was there, I gave my life over to the Lord Jesus Christ, and I started writing a lot of inspirational and Christian stories. And then after I was fired from my job, yes, I was fired. This is what happened. I lived in Baker Hall East, and I had some roommates who were very, very annoying. And they used to come into the room, and they used to be loud all the time. Now, my boss, I'm not going to say his name, but he gave all the good hours to other people, which left me with 10-hour shifts. I only had 20 hours, so that was 2 days. And those 2 days, I had to get up extremely early to go to work. Then after work, I had to do class. So I was like always tired, okay? So what happened was, when I was there at Baker, at the dorms, I used to try to go to bed at 9 o'clock so that I can get up early in the morning at 3 o'clock so I can make it to my job at 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, I could never get to bed at 9 o'clock. Why? Because I had roommates that would come into my room, that would blast loud music, that would talk loud, wake me up out of my sleep. And I didn't want to put any of those, things in my ears. What you call those things? Earplugs. I didn't want to put any of those in my ear because I wanted to hear the alarm. If I put those in my ear, then I wouldn't hear the alarm, and I would be late for work. But I didn't end up going to bed until like 1 o'clock in the morning because I had roommates who would not go to sleep until 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I had to get up at 4. So I would fall asleep at the front desk. And because I would fall asleep at the front desk, I didn't get a bathroom break. I was working 10 hours straight for those 2 days. It was hard for me to stay awake. And I would fall asleep. And my boss caught me and fired me on the spot one day. Didn't even tell me in advance and say, hey, I noticed that you've been going to sleep and I'm gonna fire you. Didn't even give me a 2-week notice. It's like the Lord put it in my spirit that I was going to be fired that day. And what ended up happening was I did get fired, and someone else, the day I went into work, someone was at the desk, and I'm like thinking to myself, what is this lady doing here? And then my boss took me into his office, and he said to me, well, Shani, I'm terminating your position. I'm not firing you. I'm just terminating your position. I'm like, well, seriously? Isn't that the same thing? Wow, okay. Didn't give me no 2-week notice or nothing. And that was back in like, I want to say 2005. So eventually I stayed there long enough to finish my associate's degree in business. Then I decided, well, it's time for me to go back home. So I left Flint and went back to Detroit. And I enrolled at Baker College in Clinton Township and received my bachelor's degree in graphic communications, okay? Then one day I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life because I applied for many jobs, and some jobs told me, you're not qualified for these positions because you have no experience. Other jobs told me, well, you're overqualified for these positions. Basically, because I have these different degrees and things, and I want to make money and things like that, because I worked really hard through school. I mean, I got A's and B's in school. I graduated from Baker with a 3 point something. Like both times when I graduated, they were 3.0s. Or better, you know. So I was really proud of all of my accomplishments. So I felt like they gonna pay me some money. So anyways, excuse me. So anyways, one day I decided to spend time with God and pray. And that's when it hit me, psychology, counseling. Counseling came to my spirit. So then I decided to go to a job fair one day, and University of Phoenix was there. I ended up signing up for school there and received my master's degree, graduated with a 3.5. Yet, still I didn't have a job, okay? Still applied for many jobs, got rejected. Decided, okay, well, maybe if I go back to school, maybe I can get even more education. Maybe I can get a job, right? So, of course, I enrolled at Walden University. Started the mental health counseling program. Did fairly well, 3.8 average. Then all of a sudden, I ran out of loan money. I was devastated for that particular moment when I found out, because I really wanted to finish my program, because my plan was I'll get my master's degree in mental health counseling, then I'll take the test and I'll become a licensed mental health counselor, and then what I'll do is I'll start my own private practice, because shoot, people come to me for advice on in prayer and stuff already as it is, so why not, right? Well, I ran out of loan money, and then they were talking about they wanted me to actually take out another loan, and I'm like, another loan? I don't want to take out a graduate plus loan. Like, seriously? I'm already in enough debt. I don't need to take out another loan. I don't need another loan. And the sad part about that is I was 3 more classes. I only had 3 more classes left to be done. And that was practicum and 2 internships, which I didn't have practicum yet. You know, I had a hard time trying to actually find a place that would accept me. I mean, I've been rejected by that too. It just seems like for everything, I've just been rejected, you know? So it's like, wow. So, okay, so in 2011, that's when I published my first 2 books, which is called The Only One I Love. And then, of course, eventually, shortly after, I published The Only One I Love in English and in French. And then I published my vision journal. Okay. So now, fast forward to 2012. In 2012, that's when I decided, okay, I got to do something. And so I said to myself, okay, I'm going to publish more books. So I started publishing different books that I like on the Kindle, and I've been getting a check every single month. Yes, every single month I've been getting a check. So I've managed to start an income for myself. But I give all praise and glory to God, because I know without God, I wouldn't have been able to do it, okay? So, now you guys know my background. Now I want to talk a little bit more about my vision. Shamonj Gift LLC is a company that wants to make a difference in people's lives, in the lives of people nationwide, using words, pictures, multimedia, and deeds. Shamonj Gift LLC is a publishing company that publishes a lot of inspirational books. That is the goal here. We want to publish a lot of inspirational books, and we want to publish a lot of magazines. We want to create t-shirts, coffee cups, notebooks, and a lot of other things we want to do. Our goal is we want to inspire other people. And another thing we want to do is we want to be in a position to actually give people jobs. And the reason why I'm so passionate about helping people and giving people jobs is simply because, number one, would nobody give me the opportunity? All I asked for was an opportunity. I got all these different skills, all these different gifts, but people have denied me opportunity after opportunity after opportunity for my whole entire life. So I decided, okay, I'm going to publish my own books, start my own business, Shamonj Gifts LLC. And so that is what I did. I started my own business, Shamonj Gifts LLC. And I plan to hire a team to work with me to publish books, magazines, to create these gifts. I plan to hire a marketing team, an editor, a web designer, graphic designer. I plan to hire an accountant eventually. I plan to hire even more people, photographers. I mean, just a lot of people in the creative field who don't necessarily get the pay, who don't necessarily get the opportunity. And my company is going to be here to serve the community. Not only will we serve the community, but we'll give back as well. Shamonj Gifts have definitely already started giving back. Okay? Shamonj Gifts have done a lot of different free projects for different companies. And I mentioned that in my video. But I want to show you some of the projects that Shamonj Gifts have actually done. Okay, there's this organization called KLC. I created a page for KLC, and I've also done different things like magazine layouts and stuff like that. This is the page I created for them. The reason it looks so blank is because I'm waiting on the leader or the CEO of the KCL, I'm sorry, KCL Inspiration Team. You know, I'm waiting for her to send me more information about the business and more photos of her itself and the business and different things like that. But this is that page I created for them on my website, and I've been helping her for years. I've also helped Grace Fellowship House of Prayer. I've designed their logo through Shamonj Gifts LLC. We've designed their logo, created their pages. This is a page I created on my website for them. And if you click here, it takes you to their fan page, which is Grace Fellowship House of Prayer. I'm working on helping marketing the church and everything. And this is the church actually that I attend. So let me go back here. Now another person I've helped, let's see, Strictly Anointed House of Prayer. That's another church, and a friend of mine who's a pastor, I created a page for her as well. So here's that page. As you can see, I designed a logo and you know, everything. So let me see, who else? Hold on a second. Okay, I've also helped other businesses. LG's Repairs. This man here repairs computers, game systems, all kinds of electronics. And I created a page specifically for his business, and that's the page there. These are people I've helped to establish some kind of, you know, branding out there for themselves. At least I've attempted to. Captured image. I haven't put anything there yet because I'm waiting on the owner of this company to actually give me more information to put there. But I did create a page for a captured image as well. As you can see, it's here. There it is. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go back here. What other businesses? Okay, Arts Ministry Showcase Magazine. Arts Ministry Showcase Magazine. Okay, this one here, I haven't got it linked to the page for some reason. I don't know why I didn't, but I should have. Is that linked to the page? Okay, nope, that's not linked to the page either. Well, I created a page for them as well. I'll find it and show you guys. Hold on. Let's see. Arts Ministry Showcase Magazine. There it is, right there. It comes right up. Well, that is the page. I'll have to link that to the website. But that is the page. It's a Christian magazine that showcases people's work. Christian artists, Christian, you know, if you're a photographer, if you're an author, if you're a publisher, whatever kind of gifts you have, you know, it showcases your work. So that's basically what this magazine is all about. Let's see. E. Smith Photography. I created this specifically for this young lady who is a photographer, and I've basically helped her by creating this logo for her. And I created a page for her, but she decided to delete the page because she wanted to focus on her other business, which is Clutch Dang, which I haven't put anything here yet because I still have to figure out which logo she choose, and then I'll create things from there for it and put more information about the business. This is a client of mine's too, Heather Fields, A Flower in the Rain. I didn't publish her book, but I did design the cover. I haven't read the book yet, but I plan to read it and eventually write a review on it and things like that. And that's what I plan to do with all my authors. Anyone who publishes under my company, I plan to read their book, provide a review on it for them, help them market the book. I plan to, if I'm able to, go to their book signings. If they're doing speaking engagements, I want to be a support and be there. You know, those are the type of things I actually want to do for my clients. I want to have not monthly, sorry about that. I want to actually have yearly events celebrating all the authors, celebrating all the employees who've done a great job with helping me with the vision that I have for my company. You know, there's a lot of great things I want to do. I want to have writers contests. I want to give away scholarships and grants and different things like that. That is what I want to do, to be a blessing and to help people. You know, and I'm doing all this because I never really got the opportunity from other people. So now I have to try to create an opportunity for myself. And so now I want to be a blessing and help other people by creating opportunities for them. If you want to know more about Shamonj Gifts, you can visit www.shamonjgifts.com, or you can visit Shamonj Gifts Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Shamonj Gifts, or you could even connect with me on Facebook or Twitter, www.twitter.com/Shamonj. So I hope to see and connect with you guys. And I know this video was long, but I just thought I'd share with you a bit of where my vision come from and why I wanted to start this business and why I want to win this grant. Thank you all very much. Please do vote for me at www.missionmainstreetgrants.com/business/details/129618. Please do vote for Shamonj Gifts LLC. So far I have 142 votes, and I'm looking to increase that because I need 250 votes, and I need all of those votes by November the 15th, 2013, so that I can win a $250,000 grant from Chase Bank. And anybody who believes in the power of prayer, please do pray that I win this grant so that I'm able to provide jobs, so that I'm able to also help the community in many ways and publish more books, create some magazines and publish those too, so that I could actually get a building, because right now I'm doing my business from my house, and that's all fine starting out, but I want my house to be my house, and I want my business to be my business, and I want my business separate from my home. I want to get a place where I could actually have my workers come in and come to work. I want to have my own office space with tables and chairs and computers and printers and risograph machines and copiers and fax machines and cameras and all kinds of different things. So this is why I asked you to vote for me. And that concludes this video about my vision. So thank you all for listening, and please do vote for me. I will post the links in the description. Thank you all very much. Have a blessed day. God bless. Bye.